Today, I think, is going to be a pretty short one. Um, I don't imagine I have too much to say today, but I've said that before and been completely wrong, so let's see what happens. but, uh, I opened the day with having a nightmare. It started off as a normal dream. I was, in a building, and it sort of like turned into a school setting, but it wasn't your typical school dream where there's like lots of assignments or you're late for something. It was just like a classroom I didn't even really recognize. I'd never been in it before, but it turned into a nightmare as slowly the teacher figure in the dream. I know it might sound silly to say, but slowly that the teacher character's personality was then replaced with the personality of the other person, and and by the end of it, that teacher character um, suddenly started like screaming and yelling, and I'll try to remember something. At the end of it, the teacher character did what the other person would do, which is would suddenly try and gaslight you into thinking you have a mental illness or something like that. Just like said something like, maybe if your brain worked correctly, maybe if you actually thought for once and actually used your thoughts, maybe if you weren't so poor at focusing and your memory wasn't so terrible, started going through all that stuff that the other person would say. To try and get me to question my own judgment and things like that, to try and get me to go along with whatever they were saying. The teacher figure suddenly started saying all that stuff, and just ended with like, so shut up, keep your mouth shut, and go grab me my slippers. And then the teacher character took something and threw it at me, which that is something that the other person had done before. And I remember it was before, while I was trying to work and I had to focus. The other person, literal just feet away, I've mentioned this before, would go out of their way to make sure I could never focus on any task or anything that I was working on, and would constantly threaten or berate or belittle if I had to essentially take my attention off of them to try and focus on work. And the thing is that my work is a lot of editing. It's a lot of audio, creative work, and things like that. So I have to be able to listen and take my ears off. And the person disrespected that so completely that they would constantly interrupt, find reasons to disrupt my focus or whatever I was doing. And one time, the person was literal just feet away from me and was trying to get my attention and would escalate to screaming and shouting instead of just like tapping me on the shoulder. Despite me telling them constantly, consistently, I won't be able to hear you. And I guess they took it as a challenge. But one time the person decided to chuck something at me to get my attention. Again, instead of being just a few feet away and getting up. This is a person who wouldn't even get up to serve themselves water if they were thirsty. And they would just sit there and wait for you to do it all day, hours and hours and hours, and then blame you for not, blame you for not, blame you for them being thirsty, basically. But the person, one time when I was sitting there working, and I was focusing. The person took an object and chucked it at me to try and get my attention, and the TV was behind me at the time. So the person ended up shattering the TV screen, and we had to spend like hundreds of dollars just to get a new one. But the person blamed me for doing that, and the entire time I was just like, no, this is not my fault. You were the one who chucked the item when you could have just gotten up and tapped me on the shoulder, or found some other way to get my attention after I'd already made it clear that I would not be able to hear you multiple times. And yeah, that person kept trying to find ways to blame me for their decision, for their action. You know, and of course tried to find a scapegoat in me focusing and working. Well, maybe you shouldn't be working, you know? Well, maybe you shouldn't be focusing. You should be paying attention to everything else, you know? Just trying to find lame excuses, childish excuses, things like that, to try and scapegoat on the fact that I needed to focus on work. Despite the fact that they would constantly be like, don't talk to me right now, I need to focus. But it was never really about that. It was just, one, not taking responsibility, two, trying to never admit fault or in their mind look bad, basically. Can never take responsibility or feel like they did anything bad at any given time, or that they messed up or made a mistake. So would always look for some way to push responsibility onto someone else, or get out of it, or try and get someone else to take the blame, or find something that they didn't like to put the guilt and the blame on. But also expect it for themselves, because again, completely self-centric. I'm sure I won't go into over-explaining that. Hopefully just describing that gives it, you know, you're able to come to your own conclusion on that. But yeah, so in the dream, chucked something at me and was just like, so keep your mouth shut up and go grab me my socks and my slippers. And I guess I could say I was a little proud of myself, but at that point in the dream, I just stopped. I just stopped moving, and I completely realized, it's like I became aware in the dream of what the character was turning into as it was happening, and then I just stopped and looked at the teacher character in the dream, who had essentially had a complete personality swap, like had been possessed essentially and taken over, because the character didn't start out like that, but turned into that. And I just stopped and looked at the character, and suddenly I remembered, you know, all the boundaries that I had set, and, you know, like, this is your responsibility, this is my responsibility, and I just remembered it all, just like, this is for you to do. I can't be your parent and run your life for you, or take control of your responsibilities, or I'm not obligated to run your life for you or do these things. These are your responsibilities. I'm not going to take on your life on top of having to try and do mine at the same time. And it was that creeping feeling coming back again of like, it's your job to take care of everything that that person wants and everything that they should be doing. You know, that feeling was creeping back in. But I was very proud of myself, at least for recognizing it and then stopping it right there before I did anything. Just like, no, this is not for me to do. And I'm not going to feel guilty or stand here and be made to feel this way for making it clear that, this is your job, this is your task, this is your responsibility, this is your life here that you're going to have to do. And I can't take it over for you. I can't do it for you. You can no longer be dependent on me to take care of these things for you. You should never have been in the first place. But, not anymore now. So that's it. And then I just kind of halted the dream right there. And it didn't continue after that. Just kind of all the character's power kind of slipped away and disappeared after that. And then shortly afterward, I got a phone call from the other person. And I was rather surprised. It turns out that the other person tried to get me on food stamps without telling me. The person just immediately called and was like, hey, in a few minutes, you might getting a call from someone from the food stamp office. And I was like, what? Well, I didn't actually say anything. In my mind, I was like, what? But I just stayed quiet and just put it on the other person to realize what they were doing and to elaborate further. And it turns out that the other person, just complete without my knowledge, signed their name onto a document and tried to get me onto food stamps without telling me. And they ran into the process, which says, absolutely not, you can't do that. And kept trying to insist, like, well, it's okay, you can just make me your representative. Just tell the lady I'll be your representative and I can take care of the whole interview for you. And I didn't say anything, and I was just like, and then I was like, I'll go ahead and speak to the person myself. And then hung up later, and then the person called the other person back later, and then the other person put me on like a conference shared call. And the other person was like, you want to make the other person your representative? And again, the other person insisted, like, I can answer all the questions for you. And I was like, no, I'll go ahead and go through all the questions to the best of my ability. And then the food stamp person was like, is this your signature? Did you sign your name on the X? And I was like, no, actually, I didn't even know about any application. I haven't seen any signatures or any X's or any lines. I haven't seen any such documents to even sign. And you could hear the confusion in the person's voice as they started to explain, well, if you didn't sign this, I can't put this in or move forward. Yeah, the woman told her point blank that she can't accept an application that doesn't have my signature. So the other person signed it in my name. Not in my name. The person signed their signature to try and get it for me. Yeah, kept bringing up being my representative to answer all the questions, and then I could just ignore it. And then the woman made it very clear we'd have to go down to the office, to their office, and I would need to have witnesses to me signing my name on the X, and that there would have to be proof, and the other person would have to show ID, would have to leave a copy of ID to certify that they're my representative, and that we would need witnesses, and I would need to go down to the food stamp office, sign my name, people would need to see it, and the other person would have to give ID. And then after that, the woman hung up, and the other person was immediately just backpedaled on the whole thing and said, well, that's it. I was going to get you some food stamps for food assistance, but it looks like that's not happening. Well, bye. Well, bye. This is like, oh, interesting. One, that person would not want to go anywhere with me. I mean, they're already trying to offload me from the setup we have now. You know, made it very clear, burden on the gas tank. And just wouldn't, yeah. So never really meant it. Just if it was convenient, you know. Just I could tell the person, just bringing that up with zero pre-discussion. I didn't even know. So the person went behind my back and tried to put me on food stamps with their own signature. Got caught with that. I made it clear that I did not sign or even know that this was a thing. And then the moment accountability had to be made, the other person was just like, never mind. That's it. Never mind. Well, never mind. I just wanted to do such and such for you, but whatever. I guess that's it. And then that's it. Just hung up. And that was the last thing. Yeah. So, just completely abandoned that idea. And, so that's that. I'm going to be as vague as possible on this, but the other person, when they abandoned, they did and have been claiming, even to now, that they've had to sleep in the car, and you know, sympathy tactics and things like that, and trying to, like, guilt the other person, which, one, even if that were true, that was never my decision to make. You decided to do that. I never kicked you out. You decided to abandon and leave. So, whatever decision, this has all been your choice, your decisions. No one kicked you out. No one strong-armed you. Every choice you've made has been your own. You know, no one has made you do anything. You were simply offered support, and that was threat. So, okay, you left. That was your own decision. But, I don't think the person still realizes that we share a number for delivery alerts. And there was delivery alerts for Wayfair furniture. And I'm thinking to myself, like, who gets Wayfair furniture? One, I never believed the person in the first place. There was just so much evidence that they never even used the car in the first place that they're in to sleep, ever. There are telltale signs. Another is that, like, clear indications from the inflatable mattress never being used. Several signs that things were never moved, never repositioned. Another one is that the battery on the pump that electronically fills that electronically fills the mattress was all wrong for someone claiming to have used it. And so that was another sign. Just a lot of signs. Well, along with a couple other things. But I'm thinking to myself, who needs Wayfair furniture for a storage unit and a car? Sizable Wayfair furniture as well. And then, of course, FedEx sends pictures with the delivery as well, and it shows a door that very clearly is not a storage unit door. It's an apartment door. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not a storage unit door, one, and two, Why would you be getting sizable furniture for... One, why would you be lying in the first place? Two, I can figure why the person is lying in the first place, but two, like, big furniture. There's no way. Anyway, I'm gonna move on from that. There's, what else did I want to talk about today? Is there anything else? Well, I'm thinking about if I ever run out of things, I just think of like 3 categories to pick from. So one is my anxieties, fears, brain dumping, negative interactions, fears, anxieties, just getting that out, which I guess I kind of already did. And, let's see, is there anything else, really? Is there... Journal? Well, so far that's the events of my day, besides learning how to cook a spaghetti squash. I made myself food, which was nice. I think Killua is handling the death of his brother very well. I think he realized that Gon was dying. There was a night where he slept on top of him while he was very weak. And it was a bit different from how he usually sleeps on him. I think he, in part, knew what was coming and what was going to happen to Gon. And he's been extra clingy and extra wanting attention. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So that thing I mentioned yesterday of getting into the interview phase of that remote job and then seeing the fact that what they didn't mention before was that it was an in-office thing and not remote. And me getting that bad feeling of that was about to sink the whole thing. Well, this morning I got an email from that company which told me the classic, we've decided not to move forward with your application. So that was disappointing. Let's see. Thank you for applying. We really appreciate your time in the application process. After careful consideration, our team did not select you to continue for further consideration for this position. We thank you again, and if we have more positions in the future, we'd love for you to apply. Have a wonderful day. I've heard that a lot. Same wording. Everyone always appreciates my time. And everyone is always doing things with careful consideration, apparently. I'm always carefully considered to not be accepted, apparently. It's funny because I figure it's actually very easy. After careful consideration. Yeah. Okay. Our team did not select you to continue for further consideration for this position. No, I don't think that's... We thank you again if you have more positions open in the future. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true unless I can literally move across entire states and have the money to do that. So, that's not happening. The only things that haven't gotten back to me now are some applications I did for indie games. Indie companies. I found a company is called I found a website, it's called Work for Indies, and I applied to at least 3 of those jobs, and nothing back yet. Not even one. Maybe they're still waiting for the job listings to close or something, but I even sent follow-ups like, I'm still interested in this job I thought was really interesting. Following up, still nothing. There's a website called Twine. I don't even know what's going up with that. I tried it for a little bit, and either it was like, no, we're not going to go with you, or it was, well, the thing is, Twine is mostly AI agents, so it's the AI agent saying like, no, they're not going to go with you, or it was, just nothing, like no one's saying anything. And so, yeah, dead ends on that. But so yeah, there's still some indie applications I've done. I've tried to figure out how to make money doing commissions as well, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about marketing that. I tried at least one social media, so I guess maybe I should try a second one and see how that goes. It says 103 people have seen the commission sheets that I put up. But no one's asked or requested or anything like that. So that's still sort of sitting on the side, I guess you could say. But I guess I'd like to talk about something on a lighter note, and that's music. And there's a lot of composers. I guess sort of like everything else that I like is I don't like to get stuck on a single type of music. That's just kind of everything for me. There's so many beautiful forms of music out there that I wouldn't just want to get stuck listening to one genre or one type. And so I guess I'll go through some of the music that I've listened to and see it, like, if someone's hearing this, maybe you want to listen to it, and if you like it, come back and tell me if you enjoyed any of it. Here, I'll talk about it. So yeah, if you decide, if anyone's hearing this and they're interested in listening to those things, leave me something and let me know what you think, or if you liked any of them. So I've got Piece for Tape Recorder by Otto Lunig. I've got Sonic Contours by Vladimir Usichevsky. I've got Fallet by Floating Points. I've got the Suspiria soundtrack by Goblin. Let's see, what else do I got? Scrolling up. What else do I have on this? Of course, I've got the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack on here, Dance of the Daring and Darkness of the Unknown. I've got World of the Strong from Dragon Quest VII. I've got The Ozone from Fargo. I've got Hydro from the Renew Concerto from the North Texas Wind Symphony. I've also got Solar from the Renew Concerto by the North Texas Wind Symphony. I've got Maurice Ravel, La Tombeau de Couperin, Orchestration Complete. I've got Rule of Rose soundtrack, the track called Backbiting. Let's see, what else do I have here? I have Monin by Charles Mingus. I have Sweet Soul Brother from Jet Set Radio Future, including the cover by TJ Handford 542, or 524. I've got Space Channel 5 Part 2 soundtrack. It's called Hey, Invasion Song Suite, along with Space Channel 5 Part 2, Uki Uki, track 09. Oh, I guess that's just the name of the soundtrack. It's specifically Purge's theme from Space Channel 5 Part 2. I've got Nikolai Kapustin, Concerto for Alto Saxophone and Orchestra. I've got Kampari by Eiji Yoshizawa from the Lost in Seventh Heaven OVA. I've got Corpo Suado, Phil Martin Invading the Jazz Mix from Profil. I've got Katamari Roll You Up Into My Life, Animal Village from Link's Awakening, the Nintendo DSi shop theme, Dragon Quest Monsters Never Ending Journey. I've got Uku's theme from Twilight Princess. I've got Giant Bread Bug, Louie from Pikmin 2. I've got Nami's theme from One Piece. I've got From the Beginning by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. James Dupius, Nightmare in 104. I've got Tubular Bells Part 1 and 2 by Mike Oldfield. Specifically, Part 1 is the Live at the BBC 1973 high-quality version. I've got Guitaru Man, the legendary theme. I've got Roy Clark Guitar Wizard. I've got Kensham, the 2007 remaster by the Bonzo Dog Doo-Dah Band. I've got Milton Babbitt. I've got Oren Bonet, Shrink. Milton Babbitt, Philomel for soprano, recorded soprano, and synthesized sound. I've got Jesus Rueda, Absolute 2014 Ensemble, Sonido Extremo. I've got Alkan Prelude, Song of the Mad Woman on the Shore. I've got Bamboo Island from Skyward Sword. I've got Wind Dream Dances, Kazahaya by Takashi Yoshimatsu. I've got James Nyoraku Schleffer, Concerto for Shakuhachi and Orchestra. I've got 10 Plants by Dr. Higa featuring Yumiko. I've got Snail's House Lullaby. I've got Izumi Misawa, Speaking Behind the Raindrops. The Splendid Performance by Benjamin Nuss, which is from Final Fantasy X. I've got Jack Stauber's Tea Errors. I've got Palette by Mikenzil. I've got Super Flat First Love by Nemoto Su. Oh no, that's just the channel who uploaded it. I've got When a Band Gives You 40 Seconds to Audition by Ichika Nito. I've got Rababa Rainbow Muffin by Tsundere Twin Tails. La 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 Latte, also by Tsundere Twin Tails. Let's see. I've got Thess 1, Everybody Must Get Stoned Once. I've got the Matthew Passion on J.S. Bach, like 8-bit style, on 3D Piano Roll, which is basically Matthew Passion by Johann Sebastian Bach, but covered by Hatsune Miku. I've got Jean Francais Concerto pour Clavecin et Ensemble Instrumental from 1959. Jean Rondeau Vertigo for harpsichord. I've got Jean Francais Le Insectarium. I've got A Night of Presepe, Radiotron by Thelonious Monkeys. I've got Chibi Robo Let's Go Photo, Curator's Office, Chibi Robo Night Play. I got Dig That Beat by The Travelers. I've got Icicle by Snow Effect from the Gift Pia soundtrack. I have The Evil One, Final Boss Battle, Dragon Quest IV. Not the original one. It's a cover by a Japanese band. And I'm sure you'll see the thumbnail if you check it out. It has a guy with a guitar, a guy with another guitar, and a guy with a cello. I've got King of Bandit in Seventh Heaven. I've got Hey Ladies by Fantastic Plastic Machine. Casino Rag from Dragon Quest VIII. Metropolis soundtrack, St. James Infirmary. I've also got Fall Sense from Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. Sector 4, Ravaged Rustworks from Hey Pikmin. I've got Atom Hearts Club Suite No. 2, Pizzicato Steps, Nikolai Kapustin String Quartet. The Joyride from Thess 1, also The People Under the Stairs. Cello Concerto, Centaurus Unit Finale and Rondo by Takashi Yoshimatsu. Saxophone Concerto, Cyberbird, Bird in the Wind, also by Takashi Yoshimatsu. And Atom Hearts Club Suite No. 1, Finale, Allegro Molto. Basically, Takashi Yoshimatsu. Just check out Takashi Yoshimatsu. The Stellar Dream Dances are ones. I'm going to mention those because they're a little difficult to know about and find. Cut Chemist The Garden. Build Up to Victory from Dragon Quest IX. Kapustin Piano Concerto No. 2, specifically by Dupree. Also, a piece of music that alights my heart. Kapustin Piano Concerto No. 4. Specifically the Dupree version. Nobody else plays it right, except for Dupree. It is a gorgeous piece of music. along with Takashi Yoshimatsu's concertos and Symphony Number 6, Symphony Number 5. Just listen to Takashi Yoshimatsu and Kapustin. I've got Grazna Bakowicz, or is it Basowicz? Graznia. It's spelled Grazyna Bacewicz. Violin Concerto Number 5. It is the only piece of music I like from her, but I think it's very good. I've got Frock's Battle from Tears of the Kingdom. I've got Metropolis soundtrack, track number 10, Run. Ooh, this one's really good. Ennio Morricone, Lay Down, I Think I Love You. Very good piece of music. I've got Yusashi Akutagawa, Ballata per Violino e Pianoforte. I've got Rumba Rhapsody from Toshiro Miyazumi. Cesar Guerra-Pie, Symphonic Suite Number 1, Paulista. That one is very good, along with his Suite Pernambucana. Also very good. E Ponteado. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, Maurice Ravel La Valse. I've got Zayana Rose, Major 7th Chord, 7, 9, 11, 13, Harmony in 31 Edo. Very good. I've got from Jewish Folk Poetry by Dmitri Shostakovich, Opus 79, Winter. I've got Asteroid Beats from Milieu. I've got Rainy Mood from Brothers Nylon, and Monsters in the Dungeon from Dragon Quest V, and what's it called again? Yeah, To the Birds of Youth, Takashi Yoshimatsu. I'm not going to go through all Takashi Yoshimatsu stuff. I've got Century Rolls, the first movement by John Adams. Pikmin 2, Relax. Floating Points Wire. Oh, Jesus Rueda. It's surreal, but it's really good. I'm not too fond of all of his works, but specifically Jesus Rueda's Symphony Number 4, July, and Jesus Rueda's Symphony Number 6, Shipwrecks, are particularly good. Forest of Thorns from Kingdom Hearts. Okay, what else do I have? Sorry, I'm just kind of going through and listing things. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for that. Hold on just a sec. Let me check my other spot. Let's see. Media. Okay. You got Overflowing Emotions from Vibriben, Berserk from Brothers Nylon, Thrashered in the Cave from Castlevania. We've got Dot and Rainy Mood. Yeah, Dot and Rainy Mood from Brothers Nylon. Raw Fish from Brothers Nylon. Let's see. If I just scroll up, I can get past all the messages in between these video links that I shared. Pac-Man World 2, Spooky Final Boss. Let's see. Overflowing Emotions, Vibriben. Rumble Rave Remix from Sonic Frontiers. Here's a fun one. Rubber Zebra, Shadows. La Création du Monde by Milhaud. Birthday Cake by Cibo Mato. Samp 1 by NanoRay. Lightning Bolt, Dead Cowboy. Black Pus Behuds the Psychic Ghouls. Sinomata, or Sinamota, Young Girl A, Breakcore Remix by Zitrix. Fruit Salad by FKA Jim. Ringmasters, The Bells of Notre Dame, with the symphony orchestra and both just as their quartet. Saint Sean's, Organ Symphony Number 2. E-Rose, Apophonea, 31 Edo. Sanctuary Fortress from Metroid Prime 2. Handcart Puller, and Accredite by Profil. Tubby Mechanical Friend by Mr. Scruff, along with Cat and Mouse version 2 and Come Alive. Tally Hall, Turn the Lights Off. Ennio Morricone, Gio la Testa, full album 50th anniversary. Battles by Atlas. The Everlove, Cities in Dust. What else do I got here? Black Earth by Fazil Say. Memo Flora Concerto by Takashi Yoshimatsu. Wishery by Pogo. Flying Kids. I don't know the actual name of the song because it's in Japanese, but Flying Kids Victor Entertainment music video. Ooh, BG Ollie's cover of Phendrana Drifts from Metroid Prime, technopathic E-pop and disco 80s mix from Ollie King, and along with Border 70 from Ollie King, Sweet Soul Brother, BB Wright's mix, Solstice by Tim Fallen, Beats from Above from Klonoa, The Door to Phantomile, Medeski, Martin and Wood, Let's Go Everywhere, Darius Milhaud, Sweet Scaramouche, Third Movement Brasiliada, Daphnis et Chloe by Maurice Ravel, The Last Story, Tobru Mano, and Invitation to Madness, Gravity Days 2, Gravity Rush 2, there's 10 Plants, Dr. Higa. I've got MF Doom and Nujabes, or Nujabes. I've actually never heard his name said out loud. I've got Moses, which is it's a specific animation with a ghost girl dancing to the song Moses from Singing in the Rain. White Ball by Tally Hall, and the demo version of White Ball, or I guess in this case, Miracle Musical, Hawaii Part 2. Alt Noir from Gravity Rush 2, Grandia 1, Delightful Adventure, BB Wright's Funky Radio, R Racing Evolution ending credits, along with Select 1 and Select 2. I've got Megadu by Tatsuya Maruyama, William Grant Still's Sunday Symphony, Igor Falecki Concerto for Drum Set and Symphony Orchestra, Moritz Moskowski Piano Concerto in E major. I don't know how to describe this because it's in Japanese, but it's a cover of Meta Knight's theme. I have Tape Bowing Ensemble from Open Reel Ensemble, along with Magnetize by the same group. I wish this was in English. It's a Japanese orchestra using turntables. The Prunes, featuring Freestyle, Rockin' the Mic, the Latch Brothers remix. Jean Francais, Trio Accord, along with Jean Francais, La Apocalypse Salon Saint Jean. I've got Empire Forever, 800-588 Empire remix by Shimshon Gad. Ooh, this is a good one. I've got Ryoko Ono's Undine, 2012 album. It has a cover, a really frantic, frenetic cover of Tarkus by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Just that'll wake you up. That'll get you going. This raw energy. I've got Friendship featuring Lee Ritner, 1979 full album. I've got Summer Breeze by Piper, Symphony No. 5 by Takashi Yoshimatsu, Shostakovich String Quartet No. 8, Slowed and Reverb, Shostakovich 11th Symphony 2nd Movement. I've got My Patch by I've got My Patch by Jim Noir. If you ever step on my patch, I'll bring you down, bring you down. The Hives, Fall is Just Something Grown-Ups Invented. I've got Stand, the Skillet remix from VeggieTales. I've got Celia Cruz featuring Tito Puente, Des Encanto. I've got Afronaut, Transcend Me, the full 12. Chibi Robo, Midday Majesty, and Justice Training. Let's see, what else do I got here? I've got Psyche featuring Such, Android 52 mix. I've got Don't You Want Me from Psyche as well, featuring Such. I've got Moe Shop, You Look So Good, Pure EP. I've got Snail's House x Moe Shop Pastel, Android 52, Super Anime Groove 3D World. I've got Soshiro Hakai, Concerto of the Midnight Sun, Incomplete Remaster. I've got Balcony from Cave Story, including a cello remix. I've got Final Boss themes from Dragon Quest, Kapustin's Prelude, OP40. I have, this one, this is a group I especially like. The Mystery Fax Machine Orchestra, 4 minutes and 36 seconds, and Refusal of the Call. Refusal of the Call is comfort for me, along with This Is My Happiness, the Tom Jones A Go-Go remix from Space Channel 5, and Kapustin, Concerto No. 4. Takashi Yoshimatsu and Joe Sakamoto, Forgetful Angel. We've got Jurassic Finish First from Jurassic 5. We've got Thin Line from Jurassic 5. We've got Lesson 6, The Lecture from Jurassic 5. We have Rare Chord, Sin 726, Harmony in 31 Edo, Rare Microtonal Chords. along with Major 7-9 1113 Harmony and 31 Edo, and Rare Chord Nem 7 Ad 49 1113 Harmony and 31 Edo, all from Zayana Rose. We've got Theme of a Tragic Revenge from Nights, Journey into Dreams, Memento of Nights from Journey into Dreams, Journey of Dreams from Journey of Dreams, Down the Allotment from Mystery Fax Machine Orchestra, Aqua Mirror Illusion from Kingdom Hearts. We've got Suck Duck, Me and You, Fusk, Perfume. Let's see, what else? What else is here? Peppermint Patty by Vince Guaraldi. Zant Battle from Twilight Princess. What else do I have? Scrolling up. There's a big gap here, but I know I've got some more things. More music. Mini Boss Battle Variation 1. Skyward Sword, Phendrana Drifts from Metroid. Mr. Driller Soundtracks, Die Weibenheisen. Lost Odyssey, Track 24, A Mighty Enemy Appears. Let's see. I'm almost done. Almost there. I said I was going to go through the music, and I'm going to do it. Nothing. Full album by Lewis Cole. Eternal Existence by Usoku. That's Usoqu. Onion Friends 2004 by By2. Alberto Ginastera. Harfenkonzert, which is basically harp concert. Harp concerto, basically, by Alberto Ginastera. Nimbasa Core, Twizzle remix. Ooh, I only want your body. Yep. Teardrop Butterfly. Oh, that's another comfort track by Praffle. Let's see. What else? Keep scrolling up. I know that's not it, but I'm gonna go through all of them. Let's see. Phase on Mines from Metroid Prime. Sanctuary Guardian from Earthbound. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Ooh. Welcome to Heck, featuring Tatsuya Gashwin from Travis Strikes Again. You can replace the word heck with something else. That includes the Tony Astro remix. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. Welcome to Heck. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. On Your Mark, Get Set, Go. I have Hot Freaks, Outset Island, live on Radio K. Metro Rail Through Space by Cut Chemist. Majora's Mask, Song of Healing for Piano, Solo, HD. Let's see, what else? Electronicos Fantasticos, live at Iron Island, FES, 2018. Norio Hanzawa, Stretch Panic / Hipalinda Freak Out soundtrack. Let's see. Bo-En, My Time. Bubble Tea, featuring Jew and Cinders. Let's see, what else do I got? Mike Kroll, 15 Minutes. Last Dance by Zen the Ghoul. Along with, Like a Star by Mike Kroll. What else do I have? The Staff Roll music from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Igor Stravinsky, Suite No. 1 and Suite No. 2 for small orchestra. Saint Germain, Rose Rouge from the Tourist soundtrack. Isaiah Rashad, Sylvia demo, full album. Onyo Ryoko, Tarkus, just on its own. Tarkus, the orchestral version by Takashi Yoshimatsu. And then Tarkus by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Let's see, what else I got here? T-Errors by Jack Stauber. Sunny Boy, full soundtrack. Oh, I've got, here, I'll get to it. New Pagodi, original soundtrack theme, full version. Twisted Nerve by Bernard Herrmann. Rolling Down the Street in My Katamari. Mr. Scruff, Fish. Machinarium, By the Wall. Let's see, what else do I got? Warcry from Dragon Quest. Let's see, what else do I have? Keep going, don't give up. You're gonna get through it all as soon as you find it. Come on now. You're almost there. It can't be... Is there really that big of a gap? My goodness. Stellar Dream Dances, Takashi Yoshimatsu. Gilgamesh theme, Clash on the Big Bridge, from Final Fantasy 13-2 specifically. The Wedding from Cinderella, 1959. Do I Love You Because You're Beautiful, also from Cinderella, 1959. Not the Disney one, the production with Julie Andrews. Let's see. Oh yes, getting to that. Air Gear soundtrack, Stop Da Pop. Air Gear OST, yeah, 23, Stop Da Pop. No Straight Roads versus 1010 EDM version. From Jewish Folk Poetry Winter, okay, mention that. Dragon Quest IV Frightening Dungeons, Cursed Tower. Dragon Quest IV Comrades. Yep, Space Channel 5 Part 2, This Is My Happiness, Tom Jones A Go-Go remix. What else do I have here? I can't sit anymore. Ow. Gotta stand up. Okay. Ooh, Talvez from Quarteto MC. Talvez, from Quarteto MC. Okay, let's see. What do I got here? I've got House and Disco Mix by Mittens. I've got Giant, Immerot, Piano Schlacht 2 from Masashi Hamauzu. I've got Giant by Immerot. People Under the Stairs, 12-Step Program. Symphony No. 6, Birds and Angels by Takashi Yoshimatsu. Hamlin Plays Gershwin, Concerto in F. Yoshihisa Hirano, Symphonic Suite from Final Fantasy XIII. Ichika Nito, Lysis, Solstice, NES title theme. Sean Wasabi Burnt Rice, Sean Wasabi Marble Soda, Parappa the Rappa, Romantic Love Remix. Professor Layton live music. Thin Line from Jurassic 5. Them That's Not by J-Live. Dream Suite in C Major by Hawaii Part 2. Change by Shades of Brooklyn. And Venus, the Madlib remix by Zion I. Let's see. What else do I have? Ooh, Etude from Encyclopedia du Pianiste Compositeur, which is Alkin. Georgy Sviridov, Time Forward, as well as his Winter Suite. Let's see. Connections by Kamasi Washington. Final Fantasy XIII Victory Fanfare. Let's see. Toshiro Mayuzumi. Divertissement pour 10 instruments. 1948. Date of birth, Planet Daub. Paco de Lucia, Entre dos Aguas. 1976. Oh, Kikuo. I don't remember the exact title, but I think it's like Again and Again. Same as It Will Be, or something like that. It's got like a super bright, splashy cover. Aphex Twin, Bucephalus Bouncing Ball, Plock, Beach. Mr. Driller, Kenshoku, Sword Ray. Joe Hisashi, Symphony No. 2, What the World Is Now. Genis Quatlane from Professor Layton. Najubes featuring Shing O2. Lovesick, Hexology, full album. Hallelujah Junction by John Adams. Mondo Grosso. Tatsuro Yamashita, Fragile. Fiend, Fever Nightmare. Fiend, Fever Dream. That's the battle theme from Final Fantasy XIII 2. Oh, all three concerto cariokas from Radames Natali. Shostakovich 7th Symphony, specifically from the HR Sinfon Orchestra. Sibelius Violin Concerto in D minor, specifically from Ray Chen. Battle Against Our Machine, Mother 2, cover by Brothers Nylon. Pop Error by Yuzo Kako from Gift Pia. Forget by Pogo. Refusal of the Call by the Mystery Fax Machine Orchestra. Fiend by Fever Dream. People Under the Stairs, Acid Raindrops. Takashi Yoshimatsu, Atom Hearts Club Suite No. 2. Sayu Vaporwave version. and Sayu, featuring Nikki Simmons, bass version from No Straight Roads. Symphony number... Oh, okay. It wasn't Symphony number 6, so that's Into Darkness. So Symphony number 5, Shipwrecks, Jesus Rueda. Ooh, here's a good one. Regis Campo, Dance Floor with Pulsing for Theremin and Orchestra by Carolina Eick, or Ick. Toe, Goodbye. Mr. Scruff, Music Takes Me Up. Animal Collective, Brother Sport. Melt Banana, Candy Gun. Down and Out, People Under the Stairs. High Quality from The American Men Volume 1. Palace of Shadow medley from the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake. Kapustin, Piano Concerto No. 4. Versus DJ Subatomic Supernova, EDM version No Straight Roads. Move Me from Ridge Racer Type 4. Direct audio. Chant This Charm, theme of Giant Egg from Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Dragon Quest IV, The End. Is that it? Did I do it? Is that all the music that I had on this list? Da 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 da. Oh, Nami's theme. Okay. No, I already said that. Charles Mingus Moanin'. Da 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 da. Good morning. Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher's morning aesthetic. Cock-a-doodle-doo. All right. Was that it? I think that's all the music that I had on this specific list here. If I wanted to check anything else, I'd have to go to YouTube, but I think that's good for right now. I think that's where I'll end that. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'll accept that as the finale. There's definitely more that... You know what? Let me check my screenshots really quick. That should be easy. Easy to do. Let me check my screenshots. Where have I got you? Close to the bottom. I almost forgot. Doom, Doom, Doom by Suzuki Kid. That'll get you. That's a really good one. And the basically specific... So Pedal Pool by Milieu. Soft White by Milieu. Asteroid Beats by Milieu. Suzuki Kid, Doom, Doom, Doom. Daisuke Tanabe, Circle Line. Amy Kanbei, Your Own Thing, Daisuke Tanabe Soybean Flour Mix. But check out Daisuke Tanabe, just in general. Daisuke Tanabe is really good. Ryoji Ikeda, Data.Matrix. Tetsu Inoue, Health Loop, World Receiver. Ooh, Elderbrook, Rewinding. Phonehead, Subject Beautiful, Live and Tone Hall. Floating Points, Pharoah Sanders and London Symphony Orchestra. Let's see. Is there anyone? Almost on my Floating Points, Ratio, Floating Points, Crush. Okay. There we go. That for now, those are my recommendations for music. It's not all of them, but it's quite a few of them. It's just what was on this list, but there's plenty more. I guess if you want to ask for more, I could also list more later as a comment or something. But anyway, that's it for now.